Hello and welcome back to my T5 project, and today I'm going to show you how I've done CV boots on the longer of the two shafts that are in there. I'd spotted both of them were splitting, so I needed to get them done before I put the vehicle back on the road. This was filmed around December, so it explains why I'm looking so cold. Well, anyway, here we go. So 30mm multi-hex socket for the centre and a long bar. So that nut was really hard and it kept slipping off because it's been absolutely, I think the technical term is mullered. That's before I got it, so whether it's been impacted on, don't know what, but it kept slipping off because it's been put on a little bit half-handedly, maybe the wrong size socket, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's going to be a new one of those, no big issue. Jack it up. T5 has got a big massive subframe, so you could do any suspension work, any lifting it up, axle stand, so we're able to get it underneath. There he goes. Luckily suspension height is this much already, so I can climb underneath there. I'm still going to try and get it as high as possible. These little DeWalt guns are brilliant. Little impact 3/8, you don't need any bigger than that because you're going to crack everything off by hand anyway. It's just literally to buzz up. Yeah, that's definitely a split, so I'm changing that. There's a bit of leakage, seepage there as well, where it's just deteriorated. So I'm going to take all this shaft off. Easiest way to get the drive shaft off, in my opinion, is because there's little bore joints underneath here. There's actually undo. There's two little Allen keys that hold the ball joint together onto this hub section. Now, I didn't bother picking up a 10mm Allen key, so this is where we improvise. 10mm socket. I've got a little pack of splines, which many of you will have a random set. They're 10mm. I'm going to turn that upside down, small one in, make sure it's got plenty of perch in there. All it needs is a little bit of persuasion. Okay, that's off. So that's loose. Small bar. Right, remember there's ABS on this, so be careful of ABS pickup rings or any sensors, which should be all in the bearing. So pull that up, out of the way. As we can see, there's two little 13s there that seem to hold it all on. There seems to be another bracket. It's a little bit easier than some of the golf brackets that I've done, which has been a CV joint just bolted on there, so it's going to be interesting. So with this one, you can see that's all deteriorated from the rubber. It's only got two cable ties holding it in. We're not needing this anymore, so we'll just chop it. See, there's not a massive amount of grease in there. then the other hammer I like to use is copper based, because it's less likely to mark it. If I use a nice big heavy one, there's a good chance I'll either crack, fracture, or do some damage to that. Whereas that has got a softer surface. The sizes with that one, one of the ones in the boxes. Looks like it just sits on nicely there. Looks like an old 180T, early Mark IV style, Magic WD. Perfect. A little bit of screwdriver. Don't want to get it too tight. Will it go on the first clip? Will it go on the second clip? You want it as tight as you can. That's got a little bit of play on it. Let's see if we can tighten it up just to that second clip. Yeah. So that's one empty one, two on that one. That feels a lot tighter. These aren't the correct tools to put on, but it will do. Just catch it, give it a squeeze, and that brings it tight. That just closes up the gap a little bit, because it doesn't need much. That's no way that's going to fit. But that's a very tight fit, and on some cars, on some VWs, they did actually come without a clip on there. So what I'm going to do, put a cable tie on there. It'll be so much easier on the vicing side, which we might move to there. That's just on. You can feel that. Interlocked. And on. That's it. This is going to be the fun bit now. Screwdriver just to help pull it round your old cloth. Because it's a stretchy, one size fits all, it's a lot more of a universal clip. Look at the length of that and the number of holes. Get that as tight as possible then. Now that's all back together, it should be refit as reversal of original instructions, as the manuals normally say. So we'll pop that in. We've got a new nut for the end. So all replaced, it's ready to go for road test. Now I'm going to run through the tools I've used, so hopefully you may attempt to do it at home it's not as hard as you think, unless you really get into trouble. So you always need a good hammer, copper, and let's hide the other side. You always need them for just hitting stuff. Slightly solid more hammer, you may need it, you may not. I used 13mm with an extension to get those two little bolts off that hold the intermediate bearing. Now, to get the ball joint off, I did initially use random kit, and all these were 10mm with a 10mm socket just to crack it off. You could actually put it back on with that, but to put it back on I did actually pick up my 10mm, so 10mm Allen. If you haven't got it, you can make something work. Just remember, those bottom ball joints have got to be tight. 32mm socket for doing the centre nut. Ratchets, little torque wrench, normal ratchet, big torque wrench, 19mm to get the wheel bolts off. What else? Impact. These are absolutely essential if you're doing stuff at home or even in the work environment. The little batteries, they last for ages, they've got a good little impact on them. It's just like any power tool, got to be careful. And standard WD-40 for everything. And torches certainly help. I always find decent gloves to be really helpful. They're almost like plastic lined, fleece material. Your hands still get dirty, but they do take a lot of the impact. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down and tell me why you didn't like it in the comments below. Remember to share, like and subscribe. I'm currently doing a TDI Corrado conversion, so I've got some other videos on that and more of them coming. Or you just like general T5 stuff, I'm going to keep this for a little bit, do a couple little bits and pieces on it. So thanks very much for watching. Ta-da!